welcome to the first episode of HR Unlocked. We're super excited to be here. Super excited for y'all to join us. So how I kind of look at it, Abby, is we're two strong HR millennials, right?
Absolutely.
That are in the HR field, excited, ready to have conversations. Conversations that sometimes it's difficult for us, right? Or
Even me and you.
yeah,
Even
because
me and you.
sometimes we may disagree.
Oh, absolutely.
We're
It's
super
gonna
excited
happen.
to be here. The anticipated first episode. Man, where do we start? First, Abby, how are you?
I'm doing well. It's been a great week. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
It's been a while.
good. I know.
Good
Just
to see you.
yesterday, right?
Good to see your face, right? Good to see your face.
Yes, absolutely.
Again,
absolutely.
amongst the people.
Yeah, and I'm definitely excited to be here. I think we should always start with, our disclaimers. And, we're here to have a good time. We're here to have fun. But we're also not supporting hate. We're not just supporting any type of discrimination of any sort. So let's keep the vibes good. We want to interact. We want to have these discussions that are meaningful amongst each other, but also amongst y'all. So,
Yeah. And then we're going to bring in some HR leaders around the community. We're going to have some special guests. We're just going to have a good time, and fun, and conversations, right?
Yeah.
But I think we need to start one thing.
Okay. Spill it.
So, we have this corporate talk, right?
Corporate jargon. We
Let me
know
tell
well.
you, I'm sick of it. But I do it because it's just part of it.
Absolutely.
But at some point, you get tired of those words. And I'm gonna give you one. We're aligned.
We're not aligned.
Like I'm tired of aligned. What does that mean?
Here's the thing. When somebody says aligned, half the time they know that you're not aligned.
Exactly.
They just know it.
Yeah.
They know it.
Yeah, they put that in the email or they on a call.
For
All
sure.
right, so I think we're all aligned. We're not.
We're not.
We have no idea what you're talking about.
And half the time it's an initiative that's dropped last minute.
Yep.
We're unprepared
Yep.
and we have to push it. We got to be the face of it always.
But we're aligned.
Oh,
Yeah.
we are.
Do you have one? What's yours?
Ooh. Let's deep dive because usually that means that the meeting's going to last 2+ hours. And we're going to have a follow-up about the follow-up.
So what are we diving deep in exactly?
It's always something. It's
Like,
always something.
It doesn't even sound good.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I mean, to be honest, I feel as though when I hear that phrase, I know that I should just block out the rest of my afternoon.
Please do that.
Okay, yeah. It's not here.
So there's a new one I heard, and I don't know if you heard this. Recce. What's your recce?
Recce, so like recommendation.
Yeah.
But I've never heard. See, I haven't heard it used in my organization yet.
Okay.
Have you heard it used in your organization
Yeah.
already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has it been predominantly amongst younger workforce, or has it been used?
It's definitely younger. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, probably the Gen Zers.
Yeah. See, I don't know if I like that.
I don't.
I think
what,
we need
recce?
to.
How old are we? 12?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, what's your recommendation?
Period.
Right.
I mean, we need to just, say the full word.
I mean, I think that's, for sure. Don't use recce in your organizations.
It sounds too, like we're
It's
using
elementary.
slang. Yeah, like and it sounds, lazy.
Yeah.
I guess that's the word.
Yeah,
Lazy.
yeah. I think I have one more for you.
Okay. Which one?
Bandwidth. So where's the band and who are we with?
Nobody.
like I get what they're saying though. Like, we don't have the capacity.
Yeah.
But
But
why
usually
is-
it means that you do have the way I see it is usually it's, hey, you have the bandwidth to do XYZ, even though I don't.
Or I can put that I don't have
Yes.
the bandwidth, right?
Yes.
So I guess it just depends on how you use it. But yeah, like why we just can't say I can't take that on right now. Why we gotta use these words?
I wish. I think it's just, to put a pretty bow on it sometimes.
But we use them. So
Yeah, we got to.
We're guilty.
I mean,
I don't think I've ever said bandwidth though.
I think I have said bandwidth, but for sure amongst managers, because you know how managers, they definitely are always going to, I won't say all managers because I have some amazing leaders in my organization. I've worked with great leaders, but sometimes new managers or someone who doesn't know what they're doing doesn't really understand the scope of what their job entails.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
yeah, they have more of a bandwidth to, take on more.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And there she goes. She said bandwidth. All right. So I think we need to hit on this one topic because it's important, and not only HR leaders,
Right.
business leaders, but employees need to understand. We, and I'm looking at you, we as HR professionals that we are, we don't have friends. HR just shouldn't have friends necessarily in the organization. So let me explain. I can't go to drinks with Jim on the floor, right?
Yeah.
I can't go to brunch with Kelly from production or finance, right? Because what if Kelly's direct report wants to complain on Kelly? Then what?
Absolutely.
And that perception is reality, and I hear that all the time.
Or like if another good example of this is, let's say you go to drinks with somebody and they reveal to you something that they've done on the job that is detrimental
So
to the
do?
company. You are really put in this situation where you have to decide, is my friendship more important, or do I have to protect my company?
Exactly.
And therefore, I feel like as a strong leader, we can definitely be the person that you come to. We're here to support you, but in terms of true friendship, I think that there should always be this realization on both parties, HR and the employee, that we can't really truly be friends.
Yeah.
You know?
And to your point, we can be friendly. We can say, hey, joke around. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you.
Yeah. And I've definitely, been close to people that I've worked with. I can't, I'm not going to say I haven't been to, a brunch or, given a birthday gift here or there. Those things are going to naturally happen, right? But especially when you're actively working somewhere, I would advise to proceed with caution.
Yeah. Please
proceed with caution.
But I think for us, and we've known each other a long time.
Yes.
We started together. We started working together.
From the bottom, now we here.
Oh, my. And we...
oh, forgot the glasses.
We were really like... The organization we worked together was... It was... I don't want to say bottom.
No,
but it was tough.
Yes, it was definitely.
It really gave us that experience we needed.
Yes, it was high pace. It was changing, and it needed to change, right?
Yeah.
But definitely, we were exposed to a lot very, very quickly. I'm so thankful for that experience,
absolutely.
For sure.
And I think what I was saying was, we are really good, solid HR leaders. Like we understand from all perspectives. We understand to show empathy with the employee, right? But we also know how to be firm and direct. And I think that's what's lacking. A lot of employees or people that I've encountered or talked to has really bad experience with HR. And they don't really understand who we are and what we do.
Yeah, absolutely. I've heard a lot of the times HR is the lady or man in a pantsuit coming around like, like the police when something's wrong. They're not true like change agents. To me as an HR person, I see myself as a change agent, meaning that I have to be involved in what you do. I can't say that I'm true HR if I have no idea, if I don't visually see and experience what my employees are going through.
Exactly.
And I think that's the difference, maybe not even the difference. Our experience has put us kind of in a different, I don't want to say category, but allowed us to grow in a really great way because we really value our presence on the floor within the organization. It's not just an email on the screen. It's not a phone call. You have to call the phone 14 times to get to get an answer. We're really integrated in our workforce. And that to me is what is key to being a part of a great organization that's thriving. Yeah.
And I think you said something good there. Our experience, our industry kind of did that for us. Being in manufacturing and distribution, it's one of those things you have to be present. It's like a requirement.
For sure.
And we wanted to. I mean, there were some really good people, right? We had fun, but some industries, it's hard. Maybe in tech, it's maybe hard to engage
in the same way.
Walk the floor. What do you walk in the halls, right? Or remote. So that's tough. But I think our industry allowed us to be and build and grow to be this great HR person who's present, who understands, who shows empathy, who understands the organization, the people, what they go through. They built trust, and we built those relationships.
And
some.
building the career path with someone. I know you've seen that as well. For me, one of the things that I love so much about HR is seeing someone progress in their career path.
Yeah.
I have hired an operator who has ended up a supervisor.
Yep.
And that's such a beautiful progression to see, like, you know, somebody coming in, really just, you know, working hard, doing the right thing, and it being rewarded in the end through career development and growth. And that with good HR happens.
Yep.
And also too, putting them in that role and giving them the proper tools to succeed.
Yep.
You know, so that's something that I think we're both very, very passionate about.
And it's about that support.
Mm-hmm.
I've, you know, our experience, we've had, I guess, technically one manager together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe two, and then we ventured off. And I must say, I've had a really good leader at one particular organization that has really developed me to become the person I am.
Yeah.
But it goes back to those relationships. Some leaders I didn't have that relationship with, that core relationship that sometimes we long and need. But some, you know, were really good.
Yeah, absolutely. And the same for me. I definitely came across some really, really great HR leaders, and not even just HR. You know, I've had people who, you know, were in finance, but were responsible for HR. I think sometimes too, HR can be, you know, put to the side. Like it's not an important aspect in a company, right? Until it is, until, you know, litigation starts or a problem is,
we need you now.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you're kind of being brought in on the back end. So I've had really great leaders as well. I've also had not so great leaders, you know, but it's also making sure that from every experience that you've had, you're taking the positive and you're building. And I think we've both done that in a really great way, given, you know, the situations that we've always been put in.
Absolutely. And we say all that to say, you know, we've said a lot here. We have to know from an HR perspective when to cut it off, right? You know, we will have a great time with you.
Yeah.
And we will cut up and laugh and joke. But also we can turn around and have a difficult conversation with you.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you've had so many occurrences.
Yeah.
So unfortunately,
this is
your employment has ended.
Yeah.
You know, it's tough when you, and I used to say this in orientation when I should do orientations. I don't do them anymore, thank God. But I had fun. Don't get me wrong. But I used to say, hey, I can laugh and joke with you, but at the same time, the next day or the next hour, we can have a tough conversation. So you, as the employee, got to be prepared for that because I may be a really nice guy, and I am.
Yeah,
I'm a very nice
absolutely.
guy, very nice HR professional. And any employees that are watching, leave in a comment how great I am. But I think they got to know that, and I put that out there. It's a disclaimer. We may laugh the first hour, the second hour, I may be sitting in on a termination.
Yeah, but you know what that is? It's holding you responsible.
Yeah.
And I think even
Accountability.
Yes, accountability, transcending even the HR profession. I think just in terms of our relationship, our friendships, what are the best relationships you have when people hold you accountable?
Yep.
So,
exactly. Good point.
You know, I'm not saying again, I know that, you know, it's difficult to really, we're not going to throw that word friend around there, but HR can be your ally. Like we can definitely be your ally. We can help support you. Because that's what we're here for. We don't, I think a lot of the times too, there's this misconception of the fact that HR people just want to, you know, be mean and they're not listening to my side and they're just protecting the company.
They only care about the company.
Yes. And we are protecting the company, but we're also protecting the people because without the people, we're nothing. We can't do anything. No work will be done without
we wouldn't be here.
Okay. We need you.
Yeah,
okay?
we need you to come in and
so it's
confusion.
like the most valuable asset that any company has is its people.
Absolutely.
Nurturing that and ensuring that, you know, that reputation is solid within your community and even outside of that.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the great organizations we look at, you know, I won't name drop, but y'all know, think of some of the best organizations that you can think of, you know. There's a reason why they are best in class.
That's right.
You know, partially that is from treating their employees well. And that's what we come into.
Caring about the people.
Yeah.
And I preach that all the time to my leaders is you have to care about your people. Without them, there is no organization. Right?
There's
no
organization.
operations.
Absolutely.
I mean, you can't produce the chips or make the food
The cars.
or cars or
Yeah,
whatever, right? You
absolutely.
can't do it without them. I mean, you can
Yeah.
get out there and do it, but it's only you or so many leaders amongst 20 to 30 people.
Yeah,
So it's hard for them to do it.
for sure. But then it goes back to there's no I in team. I hate to use that corny phrase,
Right.
but it's like there's no I in
So
team.
cliche.
It takes it takes an entire organization. We all play critical roles.
Yeah.
And I think as well, bringing it back, HR has to ensure that even the person in that entry level role feels valuable.
Yeah.
And if you can instill that into somebody walking into the doors of your organization, I promise you're going to have a successful company.
Yeah, absolutely.
But when the person who's entry level walking in doesn't feel valued, it's going to cause some problems.
I've been there.
Same. It causes problems. And also, too, think about the word of mouth, like we were talking about, presence in the community.
Yep.
We all know organizations, within our community that don't have the best they don't have that the
warm and
commentary.
fuzzy.
And
Yeah.
like you hear that name and you're like, oof.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah. Ooh, we've been at one.
Yes. And they run through people. And
Yeah.
it's so sad because sometimes, if they really took a minute to assess what the problem is,
Yep.
it could change.
Yep.
And sometimes that is even leadership.
Yeah.
It could be leadership. And what is the core of some leadership problems is lack of HR, lack of training, lack of understanding boundaries, what you can and cannot do. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that's going to be an episode in itself.
Oh, needs to be.
But Abby, I just realized something.
What's going on?
So welcome to HR Unlocked the podcast. I'm AJ.
I'm Abby.
Yeah. So we have just been talking. Now I said your name eventually.
I think
did, right?
so. Yeah.
Okay.
But we didn't do a proper introduction.
Yeah.
So welcome.
Welcome. We're so glad you're here.
Absolutely.
Should we go into our
The game?
experience?
Or like,
Oh, we say that for the next episode.
yeah, let's save that. Well, y'all going to get to know us a little bit more the next episode.
Yeah. But we don't have friends. But we're your ally, according to Abby, right?
Absolutely.
We as millennial HR leaders, we really care about you and also the organization because we work there too, right? So we don't want it to fail. But I think the difference, or how it sets us apart, like we really truly care about not only you, the organization, but how you're treated. Small story, if I may.
Yeah, please.
I got a corrective action from a leader for termination, for attendance, and of course the employees don't see the back end, right? And I think we need to unlock that, right? We need to
Unpack it.
what we do in the back or the background, so they can kind of get a better understanding. So we we want to terminate
Yeah.
Pen. And I said, okay, and I asked the leader, because I'm an HR professional that asks a lot of questions because it's our job, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And
You got to challenge them.
And I know y'all be pissy about it, sorry. But so I said, how do we get to final? How do we get to this point? Were they given, or did they go through the progressive discipline process? Well,
that's already ding, ding, ding.
Right.
Well,
I said, okay. So here's my recommendation. So, and I think you agree with this. We don't make any decisions, right?
yeah,
We are only giving recommendations, but these are strong recommendations.
absolutely.
Hello, testing. Strong meaning, listen to us. We trying to help you.
Yeah.
That's the goal. So I said, here's my recommendation. If they've accrued all these occurrences, right? They've been tardy, they've been absent, but they haven't received the proper progressive discipline. Give them a final, give them a last chance. If, let's say, the policy says 6 occurrences
Right.
their term, they have 8. But we haven't done our job as leaders, right? Leaders, to hold them accountable. But now, because they pissed you off, now you want to terminate them, which is retaliation,
Preach.
which is illegal,
It is. Absolutely.
right? Okay.
Absolutely.
You're listening? Great. So I said, hey, this is my recommendation. Here's what it seems like to me,
Yeah.
and here you go. So, the leader said his little piece.
Yeah, they're never
And,
happy with it.
right.
They're never happy.
And then they did it, but it's just like I promise you, we're your ally. We're trying to help you, trying to give you a chance, but you got to do your part, right?
Absolutely. And to piggyback off that, I think that the biggest thing is rule standardization should be followed. Okay. You can't pick and choose. Yeah, consistency is key. We cannot pick and choose when we are going to follow our procedures.
Yep.
And if you're going to be that type of leader, you cannot be surprised if HR is telling you, honestly, we can't agree with your decision in this point.
Yep.
And it shouldn't be left to the final moment. Oh, well, this is my thing and I'm going to pop off and that's it.
Yep.
And this,
Right.
you're out the door.
Yeah.
That's not proper.
It's not.
We can't, if we're leading an organization like that, do you know how many people would just be gone? Always.
I mean, they wouldn't have anybody.
They wouldn't have anybody. So, like, I mean, I think that it's so important. I love that you said that to them. And I've been in similar situations before where I'm like, listen, according to our standards and legally, we can't do this. And again, this is us being your ally.
Yeah.
On the back end, there's probably thousands of times where leaders have approached you with that same mindset. Like, I'm done.
Right. And
They don't need to be here anymore.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
In so many words,
Absolutely. And for me, it's no. Like, are we following our standards? And if we're not doing our due diligence, we need to be held accountable.
Absolutely.
And part of that punishment is maybe you are holding on to employees that shouldn't be there.
Absolutely.
That have violated so many, handbook,
Policies,
policies, things of that nature. Yep. So if that's the way that things are going, you have to take a look at yourself as a manager, leader of any sort.
Absolutely.
And listen to us. Like, we're
listen,
here for you. Just listen, please.
I know sometimes it's difficult. But listen, we're
not difficult.
Yeah, we're not difficult.
We are not difficult.
Oh my God.
We're here to help.
Oh,
that's my tagline. Anybody walks into my office, I always say, "Hey, how can I help?"
You definitely do.
I do.
And I'd be like, "Oh, if she go with that again, how can I help?"
Yes, I have
say
to.
Say it again.
How can I help?
Okay. Eric, this was fun. Do you have anything else?
No.
Anything else to add?
I think that's all for episode 1, at least.
Yeah, for episode 1. Mm-hmm. I mean, we have so much. How many? I feel like we've written like 10 already. So many great things are coming. Mm-hmm. We're super appreciative of you guys tuning in with us.
Absolutely.
Follow us. I think we're gonna try to put the things
the links to YouTube.
Yeah, and all those things. We'll try to put it on the screen or in the description. But we're on TikTok. We're on X, formerly known as Twitter. Mm-hmm. We're on YouTube. Please subscribe. Leave 5-star review on Apple because that's what you should do as a listener and a viewer. That's your job.
Yes, please.
While we don't pay you with money, we give you very good knowledge and understanding.
Absolutely.
For free.
Mm-hmm. And we want to share that. I think that this podcast, we had some great conversations, episode 1, but we're here to share knowledge, experiences, and we want to hear from you. We're going to open up
I'm glad you said that. We want to hear from you. So leave comments. Send us your HR complaints. Send us your HR stories.
Absolutely.
We want to help you solve them. Mm-hmm. We want to give you our recommendation, right? What we would do in that situation. Mm-hmm. Because I think it's important. So we'll have our email. Abby, do you have anything else?
No.
Well,
so until our next meeting.
Let's have a great week.